I have not done.
I mean, do
very
you
much.
just come out of the gates and just say Fate of Ophelia?
I got a story I can't tell you because we're being recorded. You should not be allowed to wear spandex shorts, period.
I'm going to transition away from the grape smuggling for a second. What podcast is this?
Welcome to Puck Around and Pod Out, featuring the mullet, the little monster, and Mr. Mustang.
Riker, how was Sculpt?
You know what? I got a story I can't tell you because we're being recorded. It's
Come on.
It's too good. Well,
Did you fart?
No. I got stuck beside some dude and it wasn't good. I lay my mat down in a good spot. I'm in the corner, right? Like kind of like stay away from me.
Yeah.
Dude comes in, just snuggles right up. I'm like, man, come on. So I was like,
hey, if it makes you feel any better, I was snuggled up to Peter Mueller in Sculpt.
At least
morning.
you know Mulesy. Okay, I'll tell you, here's the worst part of this. I think I could say this properly. I've thought about it.
Yeah.
If you're a man in Sculpt, in yoga of any kind, you should not be allowed to wear spandex shorts, period.
Well, hold on. Like spandex shorts with nothing over them?
Yes, like you should have the short with the liner. But if you're just going straight spandex as a dude, don't tell me that's what you do, Johnny.
No. I have Nike Pro spandex, but I wear Viore shorts over them.
Oh,
Yes.
and don't ask him. All he wants to do is
you.
talk about that.
But I mean, like for guys to wear just spandex,
I just want to talk about
in
my
yoga.
shorts.
Dude, you are Mr.
I wear khaki pants. Everybody could see my teeny weeny.
But hey, wait a minute. Are you guys not agreeing with me on this?
Well,
I
hang
know,
on a
it's-
second.
yeah.
Here's the real question. Was he so close that your arms touched?
Almost. But don't.
Did he
I got a
comment
point
on
here,
the
you guys
color
are-
of your hands?
You're glossing over my point here.
Okay.
I think men in general should not wear spandex shorts. You got to have a cover over top of your shorts. I just don't
agree.
get it.
I agree. 1 million.
Johnny
I didn't say that. I said I'm in agreement with you, Riker. I didn't say that I disagree.
Oh, so
did not
anyways,
say
I
that.
got stuck beside a dude in a set of spandex shorts, and I was just I pretended I was like one of EJ's horses with the blinders on, you know. It's like I can't see what's left in the paddock. So it wasn't good. It was a rough go today.
Yeah, that's you.
Did he-
you get
did
you get the email that says how was Sculpt, and you put a 0 out of 10 on it.
Teacher was good, so I can't rip the
Yeah.
teacher. She did a great
Okay.
job, but I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
Did
And I'm
he?
a guy,
yeah.
and I'm like, I feel
Yeah.
bad for any of the women in there that got to deal with that too. I was like, jeez, put a pair of shorts on, man.
Did
Come on.
he?
Well,
Did he grunt? Did he like?
everyone grunts in Sculpt, Kyle. Everyone grunts.
I don't.
You can't not.
I don't.
You've never been to Sculpt. You refuse to
Well-
even drive by Sculpt.
I wake up and sculpt.
Well,
Sculpt. I wake up and sculpt.
I'm not talking about your clay that you play with when you wake up. All right.
I do the Jamie Lee Curtis like from that one show.
Of course. Yeah. Kyle has ankle weights. They're Velcro, and he puts 5 on each one, and he does laps around the backyard.
Ankle weights.
Walking.
I like
this
those
guy
ankle weights.
then, he only
I
did
did
half the
ankle weights.
exercises too.
All right. Well, hold on here. Time out.
This and it was bad.
I'm
It was
in
bad.
agreement with you, Riker. I'm going to transition away from the grape smuggling for a second, and how about the girl last night? We had multiple people. Kiefer, you weren't on the broadcast last night. Your dad had surgery. It sounds like he's doing well. We've all been thinking about him, which is awesome. But after post game last night, we had multiple people come up and say how much they love the pod. One girl goes, "You're going to kill someone. I listen to it religiously, and I'm going to be driving down the highway, and I'm going to crash my car because I'm laughing so much." And that was the best compliment I think I've heard.
Wait. So if she's driving right now, listening to this, let's see
Yeah.
if we can get her to crash her car. Zits, poop, farting, armpits, balls.
Spandex
I don't know if that
with
was that funny.
spandex that leaves zero to the imagination. There you go.
Yeah, grape spuggling spandex. That is the problem we have here in America today. That's the only issue we have in America. We need to ban men from wearing spandex.
There was a serious Cabernet being made in the spandex next to you.
Oh, don't. Don't.
There's some fermenting of grapes.
The spandex thing really brings up something that bothers me, and we're probably going to lose a large portion of our audience if I bring this up, including Vic Lombardi. But when I pull up next to a light, and there is a guy on a 10-speed, tight as tight and tight, on a neighborhood street with the helmet that looks like those people from Star Wars that help Darth Vader that point straight in the back.
The race helmet.
And he's got the super glasses, and he's got the super chin strap and the elbow pads and the racing shirt with the number on it. And he's going through a school zone. Don't be that guy. Don't.
But there's some people that are very serious bikers, and
that's fine. If you want to go to a really long road,
so you're dictating where they can ride now. Because
I'm just saying that in my neighborhood, I don't need where most cars go 5. You don't need to be racing, and because all they really want to do, honestly, is go home, take off their helmet, and say, "Pretty good ride today." You want to know how far I went?
It's a glamour ride, is what you're saying. So now we've alienated all of our road bikers, including Tony Fierro, who's our Bally.
Road bikers are fine. I'm all on board with road bikers. The skinny tire man with the Lance Armstrong thing. No, you got to go out to the highway. Go where you can glide and be free. Don't do it in a school zone.
Regarding the spandex, if they serve an actual functional purpose, like for a guy riding a bike 110 miles, that's different. I'm okay with that.
I've had women specifically. Took me a couple to make sure I got that word right. Yeah.
Still tequila fog, Kiefer?
Milestone. Jeez, I haven't recovered from the tequila yet. I've had Quincy and Dana both ask me, what does it feel like to be kicked in the nuts? And I'm trying to describe, how would you describe, what's something you could say that would be equitable?
It's like you're sick to your stomach.
Well, yeah, it's like an uncontrollable urge to barf because you just got. I mean, it's like a sledgehammer hit you. Like I've gotten hit in the nuts. I got hit in the nuts in the alumni game.
Yeah, you did. That's right.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
you took one hard.
Driving the net, the deflection right in. It was the left one, and it hurt
so funny,
so bad, so bad. And that wasn't even a bad one, like a full on slap shot when you're standing in front of the net. Like, you think about Charlie McAvoy, this is what it is. Charlie McAvoy took that shot in the mouth and his teeth went flying out. It's the same thing, just your nuts. You think that your nuts just shattered. You'd be standing in front of the net and you take one and you don't know that it's coming, because that's happened to me before in a game, and that's the equivalent. That's equitable pain. It's Griff laughing.
I've never been so happy to end a conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
You came in at the perfect time. Welcome to our podcast.
Yeah, welcome to
I don't know.
Thanks, buddy.
I didn't wear a can in junior. Like, I thought it just freed up my skating.
Come on. You and Vince and that?
Yeah, I took a slap shot in the nuts, and I got really lucky, but like, I couldn't imagine it like blowing up, but I couldn't walk for like 2 days. Like, anything that like just jiggled my nuts was like horrible. Like, I was on bed rest for and now I have like this like fluid in there. Like, it's horrible, but I'm back on the can now. So.
I'm sweating right now as you talk about that. Like,
it was
just
actually
even
horrible.
Thinking about not wearing a cup.
I know.
Like,
so stupid.
how did you? Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of amazing.
I wear one every day of my life. I mean, I'm wearing a cup right now.
That's probably the way to go about it, to be honest. But
I never know.
That's
who's
a byproduct of how
nuts.
Kiefer treats people, and so he just assumes that people are going to want to kick him in the nuts.
I kicked you.
Unreal. Yeah, no, it was
How
going well,
was?
but
Did you
yeah.
skate today? What'd you do?
No, it was an off day today. So,
Okay, nice.
yeah, the wife and I, we actually went up to Fort Collins.
Nice.
She's celiac, so there was like a gluten-free celiac all kitchen.
Ooh,
We went and tasted out, and yeah, there was like some good pastries there too. So gluten-free donuts, which was pretty
Nice.
cool. So yeah,
I like
Hey,
that.
buddy,
just
that's
got
Parker,
back.
did she drink that Hall of Daily beer?
Yeah, we went to the brewery because her parents were in town, and we went to the Coors Brewery,
Yeah.
and then they were like, "Hey, like you should go check out that one just up the road." And yeah, she never had beer before, and then she got the Darty, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And yeah, she actually really liked it, so she's onto the beers now, which is pretty funny.
what's your wife's name again?
Kiera.
Kara. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just start with this because you had the most wonderful day planned, the biggest day of your life. You're getting married. Explain to everybody real quick how that day turned out.
Yeah, it was a little unexpected, I think. We had, we woke up in the morning, and I guess the week before it was supposed to be like sunny, and then it just like 6 days before it was like forecast for like 90% rain like all day pretty much. And then we were just hoping to see maybe it would change, and yeah, we woke up and it just poured for a whole 24 hours. And yeah, it was a little bit of a wrench in our plans, but thank God we had a wedding planner. She moved everything into the tent, and we were supposed to do the ceremony outside. But when we got there, everything was moved into the tent, and we just got to sit in the house and wait while everything was moved. So our wedding planner was pretty soaked, and she was a trooper through it all, her and her team. But it honestly made the vibes like a lot better. Like, I don't know, the tent was like watery, and it gave a different vibe because we were kind of going for like an Italian wedding vibe in Camrose, Alberta, which was a little bit of a shock for some people, I think. But it actually turned out great. We had like lemons was kind of the theme of our wedding. So lots of greenery and stuff, which was amazing. And yeah, it just ended up being a gritty fourth line wedding, and we just rolled with the punches. So yeah, it was
love
awesome.
it.
Yeah.
I love it. It was a gritty fourth line wedding. You guys
Yeah.
grinded through the wedding.
Grinded through the weather, yeah. So yeah, we've had some good jokes, but I honestly wouldn't change it for the world. I think if it didn't rain, it might have not even been as nice, and the pictures turned out great. So I'm actually
Nice.
thankful it rained, to be honest. So it was awesome.
Hey, you could argue now it's almost a third line wedding, Parker, the way things are going.
Buddy.
We've
Yeah, I
elevated.
guess you could say that. Yeah, ice time's been a bit elevated with some of the bodies though, but yeah, I'll probably, I know my role, and I'll probably always be a fourth line guy, and I'm 100% okay with that. But I guess when some guys are out, minutes get elevated, and guys need to step up. So it's always fun getting a little bit more minutes and playing a different role a little bit at times. But yeah, maybe sneak onto the power play for a shift or two like I did. But
that was sick.
yeah, no, it was pretty good. It was fun.
Yeah, but if you start scoring like 25, 30 goals, you're going to have to renew your vows and be like, what's up?
Yeah.
You still love me?
I know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see about that, but yeah, we're just going along with it, just kind of in a flow state right now, and been pretty happy with my game. So consistency is a key, and I feel like my game floats on a line of, you feel really good with the puck for, 5-6 games, and then, the defensive side, you got to remind yourself that, that's more of the priority, and then you start focusing too much on the defensive side, and maybe, you start losing a little bit of feel with the puck. So I'm trying to ride that line of just being good 200-foot player right now. But yeah, it's been fun. I've been feeling pretty good with the puck, and, trying to make more plays. And the coaches have been great with, working with me, especially Pop and Hack, just doing video with them. And yeah, I feel like for my game, defense will always be there. I'll always be working hard in the D zone, and I always err on the side of the defense. But there's been a level of offense that I've tried to unlock here in the last year and a half, and I think it's kind of starting to show.
Okay, Parker. So I'm big on this undrafted status with players in the NHL. I myself was never drafted.
No
You're
way.
a tremendous player. How
No
did you
way.
get through juniors without being drafted? Take us through that story, because I think it's a big inspiration for lots of kids that don't get drafted and they think their career is over.
Yeah, it's honestly, I was really lucky in junior. I had great coaches. And I was a late round pick in the Western League, and this is a pretty long-winded story, but
We're ready.
I got to
Dude, that's why
I
we're
got there
here.
when I was 15, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to sign?" And at the time, my dream was to play for the Camrose Kodiaks, and just like that was it. My hometown junior team, like that's all I wanted to do. And then now they're asking me to sign with the Raiders, which was like kind of taking away that NCAA eligibility, and being a late round pick in the West League. It was like, do you really want to do it now? Like, you know. And so I ended up doing it, and I kind of thought I signed my life away, to be honest. I went when I was 16, or end of my 15-year-old year. I got called up to the Kodiaks and like played a game, and then stayed with them all through playoffs. And like, I was like, man, like I could easily been on this team next year. Like, I know the coach well. He likes my game. Like, what did I just do? Like, I don't even know what's going to happen. And then the Raiders got a new coach, Mark Habscheid, and Josh's dad, Dave Manson. So when I went there at 16,
Sick.
it was like kind of coming down between me and like the 3rd round pick to kind of make the team. And we both had like cages on still. And I remember getting to the rink one day, and like my helmet had a visor on. And that was kind of the thing, like never put a visor on, earn your visor. And I got to the rink and I had the visor on. And that was kind of like the telltale sign that, you know, I was staying and he was leaving. And yeah, I stayed as 16 and had a great year. And, you know, was kind of putting my name out there. And then I got to my 17-year-old year, and I was just not like playing kind of to my identity, I guess. I didn't really have an identity. And I got called in the coach's office one day, and it was like halfway through the year. And he's like, hey, like, I don't like where your game is. Like, this is how you're going to play from now on. You're going to be a straight line guy. I'm going to throw you on the top line. You're going to dump the puck in. You're going to go get it. You're going to get it to the other 2 guys on your line, and you're just going to go stand in front of the net. And I was like, all right, like, whatever I'm doing right now ain't working. He's like, you're being too east-west right now. Like, I don't think that's your game. Like, you need to be hard-nosed, a little bit of rattiness in you, and just try that out. And something just clicked, man. I don't know. I ended up finishing with like 20 goals in the second half, and, you know, was kind of, you know, I was maybe ranked like 200th, you know, but I was still like, hey, like, this is pretty cool. And then draft day comes, and I watched every pick thinking I was going to go, which was,
No way.
which was a long day, but I probably knew the reality was I wasn't going to get drafted. But yeah, then I went to, right after the draft, sorry, I got a call from my agent, and he's like, hey, there's 2 teams. Like, Ottawa wants you to come to development camp, and Philly wants you to come. I think you should go to Ottawa. So I was like, all right. Went to Ottawa's development camp, did pretty well there, played in a couple of those rookie games, and ended up scoring a goal. And then they were like, hey, come back for, you know, I think it's called like rookie main camp kind of thing. So I went there, did well again. And then when I got to main camp, I got a call, and they're like, from my agent, he's like, hey, they want to sign you. And I was like, what? Like, what does that even mean? Had no idea really. They're like, yeah, they want to sign you to like a 3-year entry level. And I was like, holy crap, like this is really cool. And then, yeah, just kind of took off from there, I guess, you know, signed the contract and went back to junior, kept developing. And like I said, Mark Habscheid, I owe a lot to, and same with Josh's dad. Like, those are 2 guys that kind of changed my game and unlocked a style of playing me that I didn't really know I had. And I guess like you kind of say I was a little bit of a late bloomer in a sense, but those 2 guys for sure were a big influence. And, you know, you get to pro at 20, and I had another great coach in Troy Mann. Ben Sexton did a lot of great work with me there, and got me ready, and ended up, you know, making it 2 years later after playing 2 full years in the minors. So yeah.
Well, you weren't a late bloomer when it came to scoring goals in the NHL, were you? Because that was the first freaking game against Toronto.
Yeah, that was crazy. I remember I was a big believer, like, because once I got to the American League, you know, you see guys get called up, and you're like, man, like, I wish it was me. But you could kind of see some guys would, you know, get upset that they weren't getting called up and show it. And I was just a big believer in, you know, being happy for your teammates who got called up. And, you know, I said to myself, like, I wasn't going to be that guy that would complain about never getting called up. And it was funny. I was like having a really good year in the minors. It was like the COVID year, and, you know, we're playing in Ottawa's rink, and, you know, guys are getting called up to the taxi squad. And I was like, I'll do anything to like go watch a game. Like, just, I'll take a day on the taxi squad, you know? And I remember calling my wife, or she was my girlfriend at the time, but I was like, hey, like, this is crazy. Like I'm playing Unreal. Like I can't believe I haven't got called up yet. And like literally that night, they're like, hey, like we need a guy to come watch the game. Like, do you want to come? I was like, absolutely. Like I'll be there. So I went and watched the game. After the game, I'm sitting in the hall and they're like, hey, like, do you want to come shoot on the goalies? We have like a skills day tomorrow. Like not many guys are going to skate. We need a couple shooters. I was like, yeah, I'm there. So I went and shot on the goalies. And then I was just like in the gym after, and Pierre Dorian came up and he was like, do you want to come on the road trip? And I was like, yeah, like dreams made, get to go on the plane. Like,
Stop
it was
asking me
awesome.
these things. It's always
Yeah.
yes.
Exactly.
I want to be on the
And then-
top line.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then, yeah, after that, I got on the plane and we went to Winnipeg, I think. And then we flew to Calgary. And that was the second last game. So I watched a game in Calgary and we had one more game at home in Toronto. And I was just like laying in my bed at like 11:30 after the game. And I got a call from DJ Smith and he was like, hey, like, just want to let you know, like call your family. Like, I know they can't come to the game with COVID and stuff, but you're going to be playing in the game in a couple days. And yeah, just let them know. So I remember just calling my parents, calling my girlfriend, telling her, you know, how excited I was and, you know, just being really thankful. And then, yeah, you get to the game and, you know, it's just so surreal. You're out there. Like, I think Joe Thornton was on the Leafs at the time, Matthews, like,
Yeah.
it was awesome. And then, yeah, I got kind of hit from behind, stood up. The puck had like came off the end wall and ran on my tape. And it was like pretty much the first time I touched the puck all game and just threw it on net. And yeah, it went off Freddie Anderson's toe and like was like kind of hovering over the line, but I just threw my hands up anyways and it went to review and yeah, it ended up being a goal. But yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I got a big frame with my first goal puck and they took my stick. So I have this huge big frame and you know, being a fan of the game, there's like Matthews, Marner in the picture. So that's
Yeah.
a pretty cool one
Sick.
that I'll be able to, you know, hang in a forever house someday.
That's unreal. Well, so
Awesome.
you said Mance's dad was your coach. So I know
Yeah.
there's an age difference there, but did you know Josh before you came to Colorado and linked up there? Like, was there any crossover at all?
A little bit. I think when we would come early for camp in PA, he would like be there like skating before he went off to leave to go to wherever he was playing at the time in Anaheim.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really get to talk to him much, just, you know, kind of in the same dressing room. And there's a few other guys. But when I got to Colorado, obviously we had followed Josh, just being coach from Dave. So
Yeah.
he reached out right away. And yeah, he's been such a great teammate. And he's so great for our team as well and made me feel super comfortable right away, which was really nice.
All right, let's get into this. The Fate of Ophelia.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like an internet sensation. You might actually be hotter than Taylor Swift. People want to
No
talk about
chance.
Parker Kelly. We
No
asked
chance.
Brock Nelson about it. He says, look, I know the dance. I know some of the moves. I do it with my kids, but Parker Kelly is the show. So let's just clear everything off the table. What is going on? How did that get picked? And can you boogaloo?
Yeah. So before the season, we were like looking for a new goal song. And early in summer, I threw the song Blue Strips out. And
I had
I
heard
played
that.
it like I think at like my wedding and some other people's weddings. And I just like kind of created a dance for it at those weddings. Like, you know, I thought our dance floor was really good, like at our wedding. So like when I was a groomsman, I just like felt it was like you needed to bring the heat, you know, a little bit.
That's a great
So I
plan. I
was
love it.
trying to like lead by example, just, you know, just to drag people out of their seats, you know, like don't be shy. Like it's, you know, just get out there. So I was really pushing Blue Strips to start the year. And then we got to, I don't know, close to the season, I don't know. I think your album came out in like October, but the Fate of Ophelia came out and like I'm seeing her music videos like all over my feed and it's like the dance, you know? And I was like, man, like I think this song's unbelievable. Like I'm coming to the rink the next day and I'm like putting it on the speaker and like trying to get guys like I'm like listen to the song and like I know lots of the guys have, you know, younger girls on the team, so
Yeah.
they're like obviously going to listen to it and yeah, it just happened to be like I started doing the dance once and I think the guys just found it really funny and it just kind of caught fire from there. And then, yeah, I don't know, after a win, I think Ross, he usually controls the speaker after the game and he put it on. He was like, come on, like do your thing. So I just went into the middle and yeah, I think it was like Bedsy walked in and like, he doesn't usually come in like after a win. And he wanted to say a few things or something, which was rare. And Colt's like hit pause, and I'm like ready to do my dance in the middle of the room, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, so I just like took a seat down, and then he left, and then I put on a good performance for the boys. But like Nelly said, I think there's a lot more I'd say 98% of the guys know the dance by now, but it's like pulling teeth to get some of those guys out there. Like I don't know, I'm trying hard, and yeah, it's sometimes they just don't want to do it, but I'm there.
Who goes? So Nelly said there's one or two guys that'll jump up there with you to do it. Is it? Can you reveal who that is?
Well, Nelly knows it. Like,
yeah,
I've done it with him. Mance knows it. Colts knows it. I will say Drury. I've been asking him for like the last 15 wins to like get out there, and he keeps shutting me down. So that's a white whale I want to have out with me.
The white whale.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. Like if it kind of goes in the direction, like sometimes I'm just in the middle and I'm looking at a guy, or looking at in the direction, like, come on, like, let's go. And then they'll just stand up and they'll never come to the middle. But
yeah.
Lately, I've just been, staying in my stall, just doing it, kind of quietly. But I think, I like going and pulling guys out. But I think it's just, it's fun. Hopefully, gets a few laughs out of the guys.
That's
awesome.
Is there a part of the song that you actually do the dance to? Because if I remember the song, it takes a while to get to it. When do you actually do the?
Yeah. That's the other thing too, is like the media comes in so fast, like, and it's more fun if it's like just me. Like I don't need 6 cameras videoing me doing it. Then it kind of takes away from the fun. But I've been telling like B, like just hold them off until the chorus is done, and then the part is like, I don't know. It's like the land, the sea, the sky, pledge allegiance, and then I do it to the team. Like I go like this, and then it's like your vibes, and then that's kind of it, and then it's over, and then I get undressed and I leave, and hopefully there's a few guys laughing. But
so then the Nelson clip that we posted when he's talking about it, the only responses that we got were, we need a video of this. Like I'm talking, we had 40 responses, 50 responses, and every person is like, there has to be video. So I obviously know that's not going to happen, but we've been hearing about it from the media, like tweeting about they can hear Fate of Ophelia in the room before they come in, and then it obviously shuts down. But now we're starting to get the details of who's dancing.
Yeah, it's I'm sure like there's always our social media team in there, like JJ, she's in there.
Yeah.
So I think she's videoed me doing it every single one of the year. So I know she probably has some good ones, like locked away in some video bank. But I don't know if they'll ever release it. But it was pretty funny. I did see like my family, I think, was telling me, or friends and stuff. But the first time we'd played it, there was like one of the reporters was like, the Fate of Ophelia is going on right now after a win. And it kind of just caught fire from there. But it's been fun, and I don't know if we'll change it or whatnot, but I've had fun doing my part. Someone else can pick the next one.
Have you seriously considered reaching out to Taylor? I'm sure you have her number. Just reaching out and saying, "Hey, T Money, how about a little something for the,
Yeah, I think like, what other sports team would have, like maybe the Chiefs? I don't even know. Like, we got to be the only sports team maybe that has it as a win song. So maybe she, now she's a sports fan as well. So I don't know. Maybe she's out there and she sees a clip of it. That would be pretty cool to get a response. And I know like Travis is probably a big hockey guy as well. I'm pretty sure he grew up playing hockey. So if that clip ever comes across him, I wouldn't hate a little, wow, that's pretty cool. Like just some sort of acknowledgement. But
acknowledgement. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Parker, how many other dances do you know? And are you the guy front and center at the Stampede in Calgary all summer, just cutting a rug?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not much of a Stampede guy. We do have a country music festival right in my hometown, called the Big Valley Jamboree, which is pretty crazy because like we had Morgan Wallen there like 4 years ago. We had him as like a 2 o'clock performer in like 2015 when he was like really new.
Sick.
And then
That is sick.
there
That's
was a
sick.
storm that happened. So that whole day got canceled and we had to bring him, he had to honor his contract. So he came back like 6 years later and he was massive. So like, I don't know, my hometown that's like 17,000 people had like 80,000 people there, like an outdoor festival. So it's pretty sick. Like they get pretty big names, but I'm a big like two-step guy. I like two-stepping. My wife and I have a pretty good, like now for weddings, we have a pretty good list of charts that we can run down. And, you know, if it gets a little quiet, I'll go in and I'll lay on the ground and do a little dead fish and she'll reel me in.
Yes.
Wait
I
a minute.
use her as a-
Whoa, wait. Can you, what, first of all, what's a dead fish and can you do the pretzel?
The pretzel?
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh,
Yeah,
buddy,
what's
it's
the
like
pretzel?
when
Show
you're,
us. Show us.
I
Kyle.
don't have anybody to show you. Next time I'm in the locker
You
room.
show. You
yeah,
show
next
us
time
right now.
you come in for Fate of Ophelia and do it. But
Yeah, no. And what's a dead fish?
so the dead fish is like, you know, when it like a dance circle starts to like form at like a wedding, you know, a certain song will come on and, you know, people will just go in and out and they'll get to a point where it's like really stale and like everyone's like looking around and it's like, I kind of thrive in the uncomfortable. Like I'll try to like break the ice, I feel like, and
Yeah.
I'll go in and I'll like lay on the ground and then like start like flopping, but I'll like, my wife will like throw the hook and start reeling and then I'll slowly like wiggle my way back to her. I use her as a basketball, so she'll go in a ball and like bounce,
Yeah.
and then I'll pretend to like dribble her and like put
I
her
like
to my
that.
legs. We'll do the two-step flip. I'll flip her. She's really good too. She's a trooper about it. She doesn't mind, you know, being uncomfortable. So
Do you
yeah.
ever do the air double dutch? That's my signature move at the wedding.
The air double dutch? No. What's
jump
that?
ropes, air
Oh,
jump
yeah.
ropes, and then you get somebody that runs in and starts jumping, and that's
Ooh, I like
that's
that,
my move.
Johnny.
That's unreal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
I could add
yeah.
that to the list. Yeah.
Can you do the
It's-
worm?
It's a good one.
Yeah, we're big wormers. Yeah, we get the worm. My wife's actually really good at the worm. I usually just let her kind of do that one, but yeah, we just love to have fun.
I could just see you guys like the two wedding crashers, right? Like you're like, hey babe, you got the worm? Okay. I'm gonna do the windmill and probably the backspin. If that doesn't really get them warmed up, why don't you throw out a line and I'll dead fish
Exactly.
my way
Yeah, that's kind of the like, you know, you start off small just to get it going, and then usually we take the dead fish as a closer, and we're kind of done after that. But yeah.
So, Parker, you're telling us you were born to entertain. You've probably been doing this since grade 3.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've always been a guy that like, I don't know, I wouldn't say like class clown, but I just feel like I'm really good at, you know, making people laugh or, you know, bringing a group together, I would say, in a sense of, you know, by doing something that can get everyone involved. And, you know, I'm a big believer in like, don't be shy and just kind of be who you are. And I don't know. I like to see smile on guys' faces.
Be
And
you.
Yeah.
sometimes when life's too serious, you just need a good laugh. And yeah, I like to provide that sometimes, but I wouldn't say I've been like that my whole life. Probably when I got to junior, that's when I really started to, you know, get good with pranks and, you know, just try to be a guy to try to, you know, camaraderie, I guess, in a sense. But
Hey,
Yeah.
Parker, I
Yeah.
got a question for you.
Yeah.
Clearly, you work your ass off on the ice. You're a fan favorite as people get to know more about you. But it is a room of personalities. Like you got to have a little bit of everything for that soup to taste good. So if you kind of look through the locker room, how many different ingredients are there that makes this team, and who are the ingredients that sort of makes this thing cook?
yeah, I think it's everyone, to be honest. Like there's certain guys that, you know, will be intense or, you know, make sure we're eyebrows down and refocus us. There's guys that, you know, like you could say Manson, who, if we need a spark, he's willing to go out and, you know, drop the mitts. And then for me, I like to try to keep it light a little bit. If I come into the rink and, you know, don't make anyone laugh or like don't make it light, I feel like I'm not really doing my job, like I like to come in and at least, keep it light because it's pretty intense, in the midst of a season. And I don't think it's good to be, serious all the time. I think you need to come to the rink and have fun, especially, after a loss or something. I think it's good to turn the page. And I think everyone has a special something that they bring to the team. And especially this year, like everyone's been so good at, there's the quote that I kind of live by is like, dance with the girl you brought to the dance, just like, don't try to be anything you're not. And whatever you do your job, and do it well. But yeah, there's a few guys for sure that will feed off, and if they see something's going on, like Burnsy's really good at making everyone, he's really good at bringing people together with laughter, or making fun of a guy that gets everyone laughing. And I'm a guy that I like to be the butt of a joke. Like I have no problem being the guy that does something stupid. Like remember there was like a game in Boston where I thought I had the penalty and I just slashed the guy's stick and I just like put myself in the box. And like the next day in video, like they played that clip. Like that's so funny. You know what I mean? Like that's awesome. So I like, that was like, what am I doing? But I'm a bit of a airhead sometimes. So yeah, I do some crazy things sometimes.
Boys, we're right at 30 minutes. If you got a question each, go ahead, because I got the last question.
All right.
For this spot.
All right, I got a quick one, but Bardakov, training camp. It sounded like Bedsy said they kind of attached you two at the hip, and I know there's definitely a little bit of a language barrier. But what was that like? Him coming in, because like you see the skill, you see the size, like he's powerful. Getting used to the game and getting used to playing in just a different situation than KHL. What was that like working through training camp with him, and where is he now versus when you first kind of were linked up with him in training camp?
Yeah, definitely a training camp. It kind of sounded like we were going to start the year together, so we were taking lots of reps, preseason training camp. So it was good to get a feel of his game and try to like figure out where he's going to go on the ice and what his tendencies are and stuff. But at the same time, I kind of wanted to be able to coach him through some things. Not that, I know everything about the game, but just to help him, if he should go here or there, or, maybe tell him that I was going to go there, stuff like that. But it was tough because sometimes I felt like I wasn't getting through to him because he would just say, okay, and it's like, to me, that understands like, maybe he's not understanding what I'm saying, Yeah. But his English has got a lot better, and he's improved so much. And there's been a lot of change in the fourth line a little bit this year.
Yeah.
So there's been games where, he's been out or we haven't been playing together, but he's had a great attitude through all of it. And you can see his game's growing now. And he's such a horse, like such a big body, absolute machine. So I think his game's only going to go up from here. And especially as he gets better at English and stuff, it's just going to be so much better for him, so he can keep understanding things. And it's also tough, first year in the league. Like I think it's his first time in North America. Like there's going to be some growing pains. So just try to be a guy that he can come to with questions, or feel comfortable around, because I know that can probably be a bit of a lonely feeling. He's got Val and Jay, our massage guy, and he had Solo. He's gone now, but I mean, it's tough. You want to feel involved with the group and feel like, you're getting there. And he's done a great job so far, but I think his trajectory is only going to go up.
Parker, my last one. We all know you guys can win the cup. We know you can. But tell us why you think you can win the cup.
Yeah, I think we're just so deep, and obviously we have great leaders and some superstars on our team that, can help us win a game any single night. And we also have great goaltending. So, and honestly, Bedsy's done a great job with systems and keeping us focused. And he's so intelligent with the game plan that, we're all on the same page every single night. And, a game, like last night where we have 30 shots and nothing's really going in, and, we just kind of stick with it. So I think there's a different belief this year. Losing the way we did last year in Game 7, I think kind of left a little bit of a sour taste in all of our mouths. And there's been a little bit more of a focus this year and willingness to do the harder things. And I think that's been the difference. And as long as we keep, learning, going through adversity in the season here, and staying on the same page. I think we're definitely a big threat, and I think ultimately at the end of the day, our depth's going to carry us through to the end.
So Parker, this will be the toughest question of the pod, but you brought it up. You mentioned Morgan Wallen. We asked Nelly about this. People say that with my stash, there's a pretty solid resemblance between me and Morgan. Are you seeing that?
Yeah, and you got the.
I like how he got close to the. I like how he got close to the screen. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I think it's there, to be honest. Like, you got the flow in the back. Like, if you wear the hat and you got on stage and like we're side by side with him, I think you could fool some people. But yeah,
he's fooling himself
that
every day.
looks better. That's better.
Oh, and I can sing, boy.
Better.
Let me tell you, I can sing, and I've been working on the
no.
pipe so I can match Morgan Wallen's guns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah,
worst
he's
10
the-
pounders in sculpt.
Yeah. Hey, Parker, you rock, buddy. You know we love
Thanks,
you, and we're
Parker,
all presidents. I'm the president of your fan club. You personally know that.
That's
So
what
here
I've
we
heard.
go.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate
You rock,
it, guys.
buddy.
And
You rock.
yeah, no, you guys are absolute legends. So super fun being on here.
Oh my God.
Oh,
that
well,
like-
he
is
agrees.
that
That's
gonna-
2 for 2.
Yeah, I
Nelly,
know. I was going to
Scott?
say, is that going to become a staple for this podcast?
It wasn't, but since you brought up Morgan, it just fed right into my feeder. It was like too much, too easy.
Hey,
Fed
you
right
were
into
sitting
my
on your
feet.
hands for the last 15 minutes. Just you could not wait
Dying.
to say that.
I was dying to get it out.
Just I've got the last question.
Yeah. Well, we had to go out on a giggle. It got pretty serious there. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this is a perfect finish for this deal.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So two things about Parker that we all know him a little bit. Riker, you probably know him better than Johnny and I, but two things. Boy, can he talk. I mean, he is, if he's got a story, he's going to tell you details. And two, he's really funny. So he's got a real nice mixture of serious tone, remembers everything, can story tell, and then he also admitted that he can be the blunt of a joke and roll with it. So he's got a real nice mixture of a personality.
Kiefer, did you just say blunt of the joke and roll with it?
Blunt of a joke.
That's pretty
Brunt.
good.
It's butt, Kiefer.
Or butt of a joke. Or, yeah.
What?
Butt of a joke.
Oh, I thought you said
Not
blunt,
the blunt of a
right?
joke.
Which
Yeah,
would
he
be
said blunt.
Well, I thought it
blunt
was
of a joke.
blunt.
It's butt
And
of a
rolled
joke.
it.
Yeah.
Hey, he's ferocious though too. Like that guy
Yeah.
competes, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well,
you know
I
what's
like
cool
how
about
I
him?
like how he's the guy that keeps it light in the room too. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
But
it's
he's real.
you
He's
have to have
relatable.
those guys. Yes, you have to have those guys. If you,
He's-
it can't be everybody serious. It can't be like. Do you know how many teams would want Brent Burns on their team right now, or how many teams want Brent Burns on their team? Not just for what he
31.
does on the ice, yeah, but for what he brings off the ice too, and just because those are the guys, like the guys that carve everybody, carve themselves. Like those are the guys that bring. He said, "I bring." I try and bring guys together. I go to like Danny Heinold, right? Like he would be the guy that the fourth liners, but he would have the first liners, right? And like everybody, he would bring everybody together. Parker Kelly is like that to me.
It's what's interesting about that, Johnny. I wonder if every Stanley Cup team, every team that's ever won the cup, had that guy.
For sure.
Sometimes
For sure.
multiple.
Yeah, multiple.
I think of Mike
exactly.
Keane. In '96, in 2001, you could say it was Danny Heino.
Sean Podine, Danny
Yeah.
Heinold. Yeah. Yeah.
And here you've got that's what makes it so fun to watch and follow this team is you can literally look around the room, and if it's a mountain, it can be like super fun, super serious, superstar, kill guys. I mean, it's like every single guy has a little bit of something. That's why I asked him about the soup, because sometimes you just get lucky and your team is so well put together. Shout out to C-Mac and Joe, but I mean, they know how to win, and they've got all the pieces to the puzzle.
I think there's some luck involved there, wouldn't you, Johnny? Like you bring a group of guys
100%.
together, you
Yeah.
can't get it right all the time, but sometimes you get on the odd team, and winning really helps this.
Yeah.
And the soup, as you called it, Kiefer, I think that's real smart. Really starts to bubble beautifully. And as players, there is no more fun you can have playing hockey than when you get in a group like that. It feels just like pure joy.
Yeah.
Every day coming to the rink, you're playing, you're winning. Your top guys are playing, their top guys. Your role guys are fighting or blocking shots. Your goaltending's good.
Yeah.
And it is heaven on ice when you get in that situation.
Oh, heaven on ice. I like that. Hey, when the soup starts to bubble, Riker, do you cook soup? Not out of a can, but do you cook?
No, I'm straight like Auntie Annie's organic lentil soup, buddy. Or maybe a little
the chunky soups, the football commercials, Donovan McNabb.
I'm a soup guy, but I don't homemade soup like you, Johnny.
Oh, I was just asking because you were talking about the ingredients and when it starts to bubble, and I felt like maybe you're cooking behind our backs and we don't know it.
No, it's just when it's in the saucepan and it starts to bubble, I know it's ready to go in the bowl. And that's kind of a lie because I microwave my soup. Yeah.
Exactly. You don't even put it on the burner. You put it in a bowl and put it in the microwave.
I don't want to have to clean the pan. Are you nuts?
Yeah.
What is this thing for? I need a microwave and an oven, and that's it.
Buddy, I make my own soup. We do it the right way here. I mean, I chop the garlic.
You've got a cauldron in the backyard that you put over a giant fire, I'm guessing.
Sometimes it'll take me 2 days to make a really good soup if I have some special people coming over.
Man, oh man. Hey, so Kiefer, yesterday after the game, we had a young 10-year-old kid come to Johnny and I. Love the podcast.
Yes.
I listened to every show, and it made me think.
Riker and I were like,
we're going PG from here on out because we got 10-year-old listeners that haven't missed. But we've been good today.
And then we spent 15 minutes talking about kicks in the nuts and all of that.
Maybe some of that won't make it, but either way,
grape
we'd
smuggling.
like to thank our 10-year-old audience. That's kind of cool that the kids are listening to this. So we got to keep that in mind.
And that's cool, and I appreciate that. But what we talk about is real, and people, just about every human man has been kicked in the nuts by either a soccer ball, their brother, their sister.
Oh yeah,
a bike.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't mean to bring it back to the nut talk. That wasn't my goal there. But yes, we get it.
By the way, I golfed this summer. We had 2 groups before the alumni event, and Landy was in the first group at Cherry Hills, and he had like his like tight, like I'm more jacked than everybody stuff. Like he looked good. It was look good, play good. But I gave him the I go, what are you smuggling grapes in those shorts? I go, you're not allowed to say hi to my wife anymore. And he turned around and I said, what are you smuggling grapes? And he gave me the look like. And I was like, oh.
He's like, grapes, you mean grapefruit?
Yeah, I think I crossed the line. It was like I wore spandex into a yoga class next to Riker with nothing over the top.
That's tough.
Trying to get that memory out of my head. Quit bringing it up.
You got to go again in the morning. You got to go again in the morning.
Did you introduce
I might
yourself?
go tomorrow morning. I'm going to pick in the corner again. Hopefully nobody goes near me, but we'll see if there's any grape smugglers hiding out.
I guess I just want to finish with this. I'm sorry I missed the show yesterday. My dad's in good shape, but I did watch the show. I was very entertained. I watched it on Altitude Plus.
Nice.
Shout out, company man. I watched it on my phone. I thought you guys were funny and good. The one thing that did stand out to me, kind of like when Riker forgot to use his microphone as a professional broadcaster, Johnny was chewing on a cough drop in the middle of a segment.
That was segment 1 of first intermission, and I like the cough drop at times during the game because I feel like we talk so much. I need like a little bit of like menthol, right?
Some lube.
Well, normally I get away with putting it under my tongue. And I talked first words out of my mouth in seg 1. It slipped out from under my tongue, went partway down my throat. I went, and I got it out of my throat, and I almost launched it across the set.
Yeah.
Not a ton of whistles. Sorry. I got a cough drop in my mouth.
I told you that was a bad
I almost
idea.
choked on it. It was close. Almost shot it right across the set. That would have been, I would have gone to the penalty box.
That would have been the highlight of the first period. Yeah.
Well,
That's how the period went.
Yes, that's exactly how the period went.
Yeah. And EJ goes, and I was like, well, that I almost just hawked a cough drop right across the set. And all Kiefer, I get a text from Kiefer, and he goes, What are you putting marbles in your mouth on set?
Well, I want to be so impressed by like the guys that I work with. I'm going to say, so I was watching, I'm like, all right, let's see how good they are.
Yeah, it wasn't a good start. I was rattled though because multiple people tweeted at Riker and I saying how small we looked compared to EJ, and it wasn't good.
We are. The guys.
Well, yeah, I know we're
man.
small. People don't have to point it out every 3 seconds.
Well, hey, let's talk about this. So, Kiefer, you don't come on the show and everything just gets like trickle down effect, right? Rachel did an amazing job. Outstanding work.
Great.
The top view of the Reich dog on the bench interviews was a bit rough.
Yeah.
It was it was tough. It was a tough angle. I will say, Riker, you crushed the bench interviews. You crushed them.
I enjoyed doing it. I can't believe how fun.
that you're
jumped
running
out of the box. Hot mic over there. I had great guys to interview, but some guy hit me on the text message. He goes, "Reichs, love what you do, buddy, but you got to get rid of the comb over."
Yeah, that is a tough angle. The problem now is you've set the bar very high for your morning sound, and if you come in with turbulence talk from what you've done in the intermission on the bench, like that could be a new thing, right? Like they may do Riker bench interviews. Just throw them in randomly because it was so good.
Yes.
I can't
and
stay hockey
you know,
Riker, you guys
just to pump your tires here a little bit. The reason that it's good, I believe, because you're never going to get an interview when we're down 3-0. So you're either going to be middle of the road, down 1-0 or tied or whatever. The reason that you're good is because they come on and see you and are already sort of smiling, kind of like Bedsy was the other day when you interviewed him. So they know they're going to get a little bit of hockey, but there's also going to be a curveball in there that they got to be on their toes. Like I was watching Mance and he was like, yeah.
You gave him the shout out. Mance, that was my first one. Thanks, man.
Well, I'd never done one. And Mance, I could literally freeze in front of Josh Manson, like, Josh, I got nothing. He'd give me a perfect 1 minute answer. I'll be like, well said. Thank you. Like he's that good, right?
So good. And, so true.
Yeah. And then I had Brinley next. Gavin Brinley's fantastic. Just a well-spoken, great young guy. But, you know, like talking with Parker Kelly and the guys on our podcast, sometimes it's fun to ask a non-damn hockey question.
100%.
Because it gets so redundant. And I'm mostly trying to think of if anything happens that's non-hockey related, I'm coming with it.
100%.
Hey, I got two things.
We ain't having fun. What are we doing?
I got two things real quick.
I got two guns, one for each of you.
Yes, there you go. First one, Peter Forsberg. Had lunch with him today in town for the 01 reunion. He will be a podcast guest in the future. Confirmed.
Yes. Good work.
Handsome
second.
stud.
Yeah, second. We got to talk about Coach Q, Riker.
Oh,
we got to talk about Coach Q yesterday morning. He came out of the locker room and he's giving nods to all the media. And then he sees Riker and he just goes, and just the face, and he looks. First of all, I got to preface this with on the ice. But like it was, he saw you, then he saw me, and he kind of gave like the smile. But he did wheel by when he was on the ice, and he's given us this one, like this and this, right? So first thing when he comes out of the room, he goes, "Johnny, you have no hair on the side of your head." He goes, "And Riker, you got no hair on the top of your head." And
that guy, man.
Oh, he's unbelievable. And so we chatted with him for a minute. He did his media, and then he came back over and chatted with us a little more. And Reich's similar to the Parker Kelly thing with the Morgan Wallen, like he's sitting on his hands because all he wants to ask about is Coach
mustache.
Q. Yeah. What do you think of my mustache? Mm-hmm. And the Coach Q gives the little like his little laugh.
Yeah.
And he goes, Riker, he's like, you gotta wet it. You gotta keep it wet. I'm like, what? He goes, you gotta wet it. If you wake up in the middle of the night, you gotta get some water on it. You gotta start watering it. So Riker's just like, yeah, okay, I'll do that, Coach. I'll do that.
So last night I got a comb and a brush and I watered it before bed. Look how good it looks, man. I mean,
yes, you did.
Is Coach Q maybe the best mustache? He's probably top 3 history of the NHL with Lanny McDonald, Dave Babbage, and Coach Joe Quenneville is the stash man. And to get some expertise watering tips on how to professionally handle my mustache, that was gold. Thank you, Coach Q. We love you.
50 years of cultivating.
cultivation, and it looked good.
Right? Like that's 50 years of knowledge about cultivating a mustache that he's passing to you.
Yeah,
I don't
so that was a
think-
great tip.
I don't think that's what he meant, though, when he said you got to keep it wet. I think it's not a chia pet on the top of your lip. You don't water it.
Kind of is.
I think he means, keep some Vaseline, keep it moist, not like get up in the middle of the night and
He didn't
pour
say
a glass
grease
of water
it.
on
He
your
said
lip.
get it wet. He didn't
Yeah,
say
you gotta
grease it
water
with
it.
Vaseline. Yeah, you got to water it.
Gotta water
You
it.
weren't there.
It's not a
Don't tell us what he
plant.
meant. Don't tell us what he meant.
I know what he,
He
meant.
said put
Be
water
you.
on it.
Don't try and be
He
me.
said-
You be you.
He said put water on it. He didn't
Parker
say
Kelly
Vaseline
said
it.
be you. Don't try and be anybody else. Be
You weren't there. Okay?
I
You weren't there.
heard it,
We
though.
were there. We
I
were
have
there.
You know
recording
what?
devices
We're
on
his
Here's what I know.
favorite players of all time, is what he said in his look, not with his words.
By the way, I'll leave you with one thing. I had lunch with David Beckham today. He said he'd be on the pod.
Did ya? Hey, guess who I had lunch with today?
Oh, Jesus. The guy
Myself.
next to you in yoga.
No, we
Little
were just
party of one.
we were downtown
No.
Cherry Creek. We both had our shirts off and we're showing our tattoos. And he's like, "What are you going to do the rest of the day?" I said, "I got to do this dumb little pod with my two little chia pet friends. One's real short, one is a chia pet." And he said, "Is that an eagle on your back eating a rat?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "How long did that take?" I said, like 5 days. I just, lay
You guys
there.
were comparing back tattoos, you and Bex?
and stomachs. And that was about it.
Hey, one last thing to Coach Quenville. Johnny and I
Yeah.
watched all pregame skate. The pregame skate drills have not changed since we were both playing for the Avs, since I was playing for the Blues under him.
Yeah.
Coach Q is one of the OG original great coaches on the planet. So just want to send our love out to Coach Q. And he's got that Anaheim team. The fact that they hung in with the Avs last night, missing their top
Yeah.
3 goal scorers, guy's a coaching genius. Just awesome.
Yeah. That was sometimes you get goalied, and we got goalied a little bit.
Yeah.
That Dostal, I think that
Dostal
was
didn't
the
hurt.
second or third highest goal saves above expected this year in that game. Like it was
Wow, he was awesome.
he was really good.
Keith, are you
that was
back
great.
tomorrow?
I'm back, baby.
Yeah,
He's
baby.
back,
Hour and a
baby.
half pregame. Hour and a half pregame.
Oh yeah.
What
Ready to
time are we
rock.
getting
Here we
there? I
go.
feel like we got to get there early.
I'll probably get there at 1, just lift with the team and then get my suit.
Yeah. No, I thought you and Bex were going on a run.
That's tomorrow morning. We're in the river. Backstroke.
Yeah, I got you.
Backstroke tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I like to talk about it.
The backstroke, not the
Backstroke. Yeah.
not the bareback.
Not the bareback. You don't want to go back to the bareback?
My muscles are too sore.
Pretty prestigious group.
We went off the rails, folks.
No, we didn't. This is the rails.
Okay.
We're all excited for this.
I mean, it's just the legend grows, man.
We're pros.